Welcome back everyone to another video. I know it's been a while since I have posted my last video, but I wanted to get on here and show my other creative side of doing hair. As you all know, hair is definitely my passion, my go-to, my therapy, my serotonin, and my dopamine. Okay, it's what keeps me sane, it keeps me calm also at the same time, while also providing a service to others. Absolutely love it. I am also doing a caramel balayage on my sister-in-law. She came in, she was like, "Sis, I need you to hook me up." I was like, "I got you, girl, I got you." So she wanted her hair done with, a caramel balayage with highlights. So that's what we're doing here. I am going in with my WELLA Charm powdered bleach, as well as I did mix it with the 20 volume developer. Now, I do see a lot of people on YouTube who go in with like 30 volume and 40 volume. Me, no, I'm gonna do what's safe and what I feel is comfortable. Not saying that I cannot work with 30 or 40, because boo, I definitely can. I just prefer to work with the 20 volume developer just because I can see on how I would want the levels to be lifted on the hair, on how much I want to be lifted on the hair. So that's what I'm doing here, and I am taking small subsections for the highlights, and I am taking my highlighting comb, which is, if you don't have one of these, I definitely highly recommend, especially if you're a beginner with highlights. It actually helps with consistency of highlights as well as the same size of the highlights. I know that if you aren't professional, I am a licensed professional. If you're not professional, when you go in and you're doing the weaving motion, you're gonna get different size highlights every single time. Even when you think that when you think that you are getting the correct size, more than likely 9 times out of 10 you're not. Okay, so get you one of these. I will link where I got mine in the comment section down below. And also, as you can see with me doing the foils, okay, like I stated, I am taking small subsections, and I'm taking my highlighting comb and I'm sectioning out the part that I want to highlight, as well as back combing. Back combing is key to a balayage, okay? Some people do it, some people don't. Me, I like to do it just because it does give a lot more dimension, okay? Look at my niece in the background. Look at them. They just playing, having a good old time. I put on Gabby and they absolutely loved it. Absolutely loved it. If you have not seen them, I don't know, y'all sleeping, okay? You can follow them on TikTok at Thewilliamsonfam. I will also link their TikTok down below. They are definitely viral. If you know, you know, and if you don't, hey boo, check them out, okay? So yeah, and my son is having the time of his life with them. They are first cousins, but yeah. Anyways, so I am just going in and I'm just taking the small subsections and I'm just working my way up. Now, she did ask me, why wouldn't I work from front to back? And for me, I prefer to work from back to front just because it does take the back a lot longer to process. And then, this is a little tidbit, I'm dropping gems. If you catching them, you better catch them. You know what I'm saying? If you start in the back, okay, and if you mess up on the highlights, okay, they are covered. Why? Because they're in the back. If you start in the front with highlights and you mess up, that's the first thing that people are going to see. That's where the first thing that people's eyesight go is to the front of somebody's head. And nobody has time for that, okay? So always when you want to start your highlights or any color, if you want a full head of color, it doesn't even have to be specifically highlights. Always start in the back unless you are a licensed professional, okay? If you're not licensed, go to a licensed professional. but 9 times out of 10, they always start in the back, okay? So also, I wanted to talk to you guys about, this has definitely been heavy on my heart for quite some time now. I feel that because I am a stay-at-home mom, also I do work from home full-time mom. I feel like as stay-at-home moms, it's always hard for us to get into the salon. Why? Because we don't have anyone to watch our kids. Not only that, we're not trusting of others to watch our kids. There's been so many different things happening, inside of daycares, even when people coming into your home to watch your kids, and, that's just, it's tough. So, for me, I love the kids, okay? I love the kids. I love doing hair from home. I give, especially to be able to service moms. That's mainly where I cater to. Okay? A lot of my clients are moms or first-time moms or, OG moms. I'm an OG mom. I'm a mother of 4, okay? My sister-in-law, she is a mother of 3. Sometimes she doesn't have time, to tend to her hair. And I feel like as mothers, that's one thing that we do neglect. We forget about ourselves in that process. So for me to be able to provide a service, to mothers and catering to mothers and making sure, everything is all set, that's my joy. You know what I mean? And like I said, there's not many options for mothers, to go and get their hairstyle. They want to. I know I want to, but you have to look at, the ins and outs, the pros and cons, the services, how long the service is going to be. I remember I was pregnant with my last son, my youngest one, which you guys see running around playing with Truth and Open. I was pregnant with him, and I was doing hair while pregnant, okay? Pregnancy is not a handicap. Motherhood does not stop for anyone, okay? As a stylist, I still have 3 other kids that I have to take care of at the same time. So I do have to stop and I have to take breaks. I have to do all of that, So my time is very valuable because sometimes I am taking from my kids' time to perform a service. But if I don't look at it like, I'm taking from my kids, because when there's other kids around and they're interacting with other kids at the same time, I'm doing both services. Motherhood never stops, and I don't want anyone to feel like because you have your kids, you can't go and get your hair done, you can't go and get your nails done, you can't look good. Because boo, there's always somebody out there that is willing and able to do it. Okay? I don't want any of you, any of my mothers, even any of my fathers, to feel that you don't have that opportunity to do it. There are mobile stylists that'll come to you. There are mobile barbers that'll come to you. There are makeup artists that'll come to you. There are nail technicians that'll come to you. Okay? They are out there, you guys. Trust me, they are definitely out there. And we don't get the recognition that we deserve. And it's sad. I always see, we always get taken advantage of because we do hair from home. Or it's always people complaining. You have to look at it. As stylists, we are still human. We are still people. This is a service that we're providing to you. We don't have to. This is just a service that we choose to provide because, like I stated, this is our serotonin. This is our dopamine. Okay? This is what gives us pleasure, to be able to provide a service to others. This is what puts a smile on our face. And what's even more important is that we also are learning from the people that sit in our chair. Okay? I know I do. I definitely learn a lot. But I just want to drop a little tidbit right there. And when I'm going in here is I'm going in and I'm checking the foils that I had first started to see if they lifted to the color that I wanted, to my liking. And I do see here, so I am going in with water and I'm spraying them out. That's another trick. Do not leave your foils in no longer than 1 hour, okay? Do not leave your foils in for longer than 1 hour. hair for longer than 1 hour, your hair is going to fry completely off. I repeat, your hair is going to fry completely off. Do not leave a foil in your hair for 1 hour at all. Okay? So I'm going in, I'm still applying, and I'm not, pay attention as to how I'm not going all the way up to the root, because that's not what, I don't want that. That's not the look that we are going for. We're going for a more balayage look, so we're going from the mid shaft down, and I am just back combing. I've already sectioned it out with my highlighting comb, and I'm back combing and applying the lightener to the hair. Oh, look at Oakland. Also, we were so funny. We were talking about Brad Mondo. So Brad Mondo, if you see this, hey, welcome. We were definitely talking about him. My sister-in-law, she watches him all the time. I watch him all the time. If you are a first timer with highlights, if you want to DIY highlights, I definitely highly recommend checking out Brad Mondo's page, because he does give you guys some tips and tricks on how to do it yourself, and you know, the safe way. If you don't want to do that, I highly don't recommend you doing your hair yourself. I would recommend you going to a professional, especially when it comes to color and also cutting. Please do not cut your hair yourself. I tell all my clients, do not, I repeat, do not cut or trim your hair yourself. It is going to come out uneven and you're going to be mad. And that's going to be that. And all I can say is, when you cut your hair, there ain't no coming back from it, okay? Once it's gone, boo. It is gone. But yeah, and we were also talking about, her birthday party, because listen, we have been waiting for this weekend. We have definitely been waiting for this weekend. And, what more could we ask for than, to have a lit birthday weekend? And that's what we did. We had a lit birthday weekend. And here we go here. We got the girls all nice and comfy, and Roman, which is my son, we got him all nice and cozy and comfy for nap time to get them situated. And Roman was out like a light. Y'all may hear him in my background because he is looking for me. Like I said, motherhood never stops. It is always going. Sorry about that, you guys. I had to, go straight back into mommy mode. But yeah, I'm just going in and making sure, everything is consistent, checking foils, making sure everything is processing the way that I would like it to process. I'm just checking and make sure everything looks good and everything is to my liking. Mind you, we are going to go ahead and we are going to tone everything out. And my question is, for all my lightning fellow people, why do y'all always use the T18? I always wonder that. Like, every time I come on YouTube and I look up like highlighting hair, or when individuals decide to bleach their hair full head, they always go for a T18, knowing that they still have that oranginess to their hair. Why? I just want to know why. Can anybody answer that for me? Why? Okay. Let me break it down, okay? When your hair, okay, if your hair has like any orangey tones or any yellow tones, which is usually when your hair is like dark, okay? For instance, like my sister-in-law's hair, her hair is dark. Her hair is not black, but it's a dark brown. I want to say it's like a number 2. If all my ladies know who wear extensions, you know what a number 2 is, okay? Her hair is dark, okay? So we're going to use her hair for example. So say, for example, she came to me and she was like, sis, I want to go platinum, okay? I would inform her that going platinum is not going to be a one-step process. Going platinum takes a lot of work, okay? You will not go platinum in one day. The only way that your hair can go platinum in one day is if your hair is already blonde. And I'm not saying it's already bleached blonde. I want to say that it's natural blonde, because if your hair is already blonde and you're going in to go platinum, okay? Lightener removes the pigment in your hair, okay? So there's nothing there already. And you're lifting your hair. That's why it's called a lightener. It's lifting that pigment from out of the hair strand to get it to the light, the lighter color that you would want it to be, your desired color, okay? So for her, I'm lifting her hair to where I still have, that orangey tone. I'm not trying to go platinum because that's not the look that we're going for, okay? Now, when it comes down to the toners, hear me out, okay? Hear me out. If you are wanting to go platinum on your hair, as stated, it does take numerous amount of times and tries to get to a platinum. Multiple times your hair is going to be lifted. Once your hair is at a level 9, maybe 10, and 10 is like, whoo, the damage of the damage of the damage, okay, is a level 10. I want to say a level 9 is maybe the safest route. Maybe the safest route. And just because, and that's a level 9 if you have never had any chemicals on your hair, period. Okay? And this is the first time that you're lifting your hair and all that. So if your hair is at a level 9, level 10, that's when you will go in and you will use a T18. Okay? Stop using T18 on orange and orange hair, please, because it's not going to work, okay? And you're going to continue, and then that's when you put the toner on your hair, the T18 on your hair, and you're going to be like, oh my gosh, it's not as bright as I want it. And then you go in and then you bleach it again. And then you go in and you put the toner back on it again. And then you're like, oh no, it's not that. And then you bleach it again. You're damaging your hair, guys, okay? I'm trying to spare y'all. I'm trying to help y'all. So the toner that I used for her hair, that I felt was right for her hair. And you guys are going to see, I could have honestly just left, after I toned it, I could have just left it as is because it looked bomb as heck with just that toner. Okay. And a lot of people aren't even using this toner. Why? Because everybody wants to go platinum. Everybody wants to go platinum, okay? I don't recommend going platinum. I don't. Because say you want to go back dark and your hair is platinum, you have to fill your hair back in. You can't just slap a color on top of it and just think that it's going to be perfectly fine. No, it's not going to happen. If you slap any dark color onto bleached blonde hair, if you're going darker, it's going to turn green. Is going to turn green. Why? Because there's no underlining pigments into those colors, okay? With dark hair, I don't care if your hair is black. I don't care if your hair is brown. The main undertones in the colors of that hair strand is going to be oranges, reds, yellows. Those are going to be the undertones and darker hair color, okay? So if you're wanting to go from if you want to go from blonde to black, you have to fill it in. You have to fill that in. That's why you have your fillers or your color boosters. It fills your hair. You can even add color boosters to hair color, okay? So, that's just a tidbit there. That's another, job that you would have to do. So here I am. I'm just spraying out the lightener in the hair because I got the color to the color of my liking. just making sure that I'm not over processing her hair. I still want her curls to be intact. That's what we want. If your curls are not intact, I don't know what you're doing. I don't know what you're doing. You leaving the lightener on for too long. Your curls should always be intact. Another thing is that you can do when you are mixing your lightener and your developer is you can add some Olaplex to it. Like I said, there she go. You are always going to want to, you can always add some Olaplex to the hair. I mean, not to the hair, but to the lightener and the bleach. That also helps protect your hair also, because as stated, you are stripping your hair from its natural color. Okay. So just more back combing, more highlighting. And then once we get to the top on the highlights, I don't do a part straight down the middle. I don't do that. I'm gonna drop another gem. Let's see if y'all can catch it. Another gem I'm gonna drop is with, and she's holding my my tape ends extensions because I was like, ooh, I want some tape ends, and I got them. And I did not record that video of me installing my tape ends, but I have some pictures that I will also include. But so a note for when you are doing highlights in the front of your hair. Don't do a part straight down the middle. Don't do it. Do a zigzag part. Don't make your zigzag part extra large. I mean, if you want it, it's your prerogative. But I wouldn't recommend doing an extra large zigzag part. And the reason being is the reason why you want to do a zigzag part on your parting on where you want your hair to fall is because the way that your natural hair falls when you part it after you do that zigzag with them highlights, it's going to fall beautifully. Okay, absolutely beautifully. Okay, it's going to give it more dimension. It's going to give it more oomph. When you pull it back, it's still going to give it more oomph because you see everything, all of that dimension, all of the balayage, all of that. Okay, so just a reminder, when you go in to do highlights, don't part your hair straight down the middle. Don't part it straight down on the side. You want to go in and do a zigzag parting because it's going to give you the more precise, highlighted, balayaged look. Just drop the gem. Who catching it? I'll wait. I'll wait. But I'm gonna let you guys enjoy the rest of this video. I did sit her under the dryer for about 30 minutes to dry the roots, just because and here I am just spraying out the rest of the highlights and all that kind of stuff. So as you can see, I'm sorry I got interrupted, but as you can see, you know, her hair is more orangey, more yellowy, so it still has that brassy look, and that's just because of the lightener. And this is the color that I wanted. This is the desired color that I wanted for her hair based off of the picture that she had shown me. So I was like, okay, we finna do this. Okay, and my son is over there playing on the Oculus. He is definitely playing Gorilla Tag, and he had me playing that game, and I couldn't even move. I didn't know how to run. So I'm just, you know, combing it out, not combing it out, but spraying it out with water. Just water, cold water, spraying it out. Water actually helps the bleaching process stop. If you did not know, that's another tidbit. I'm just dropping gems. Now, we were joking because I was like, girl, now it looks like a whole bird nest. And that's just because of all of the teasing that we did. So as you can see, there's no white pieces, there's none of that. A safe bleach, really good safe bleach. So I'm just, you know, spraying this all out, and then I'm gonna take her in the kitchen and I'm gonna rinse it out even more, you know, to make sure I got everything out completely. So I'm just spraying everything out. Spray it out, spray it out, spray it out, spray it out, spray it out. Hey, spray it out. Rinsed it out. So now I'm going to go in with my toner. Okay, the toner that I'm going to use is Thewilliamsonfam T27, okay? T27 is the toner that I'm going to use. T27, it still has, you know, the orangey undertones. We're still, you know, because we want the caramel. We want the caramel highlights. That's the look that we're going for. So I'm just going in and I'm just slapping the toner on. It don't matter if you get the toner on the darker hair. It's okay. It's just toner. It's not going to do anything different to the hair at all. So I'm just slapping the toner on there, making sure that I'm getting it in each and every strand. And I used 20 volume developer with the toner as well. And I'm going to let this toner sit on the hair for about 30 minutes. And before your eyes, you guys, you are going to see the change, okay? I did have to edit the video because, you know, 30 minutes, anybody got time for that, okay? So, yeah. So you guys are going to see the change with the toner. Like it let me tell you, it was carameling, okay? And this color, this video does this color no justice, okay? You have to see it in person. It's popping. It's giving what it's supposed to have gave, okay? I'm serving looks. So I'm just making sure that it's fully saturated, and that's what you want to do, is make sure that everything is fully saturated. As stated, I mixed a T27 with 20 volume developer, okay? So I'm just, you know, making sure everything is good on there. And it was so funny because when we went, after we had let the toner process on her hair, she was like, I don't know, should I just leave it like with, you know, without the toner, with the toner as is, or should we just go ahead and add the caramel onto it? So this look could have went either way. We could have left it as is, or with the toner on there, or we could have just left it with the caramel on there. So as you see, this is just with the toner. Curls still intact. It's still giving what it's supposed to have gave, okay? And here we are just discussing, you know, if we want to leave it as is or if we want to add the caramel on there. And so I was like, okay, well, let's try the roots so we can actually really see what we're working with. Because when your hair is wet, it does appear a lot darker than what it normally is. So we're just going to dry it at the root, and then I'm going to slap the caramel on top, and you guys are going to see the final results. So this is with the hair dry, and that's just the toner. No oranginess, no none of that. Okay? It's serving. It's serving. It's giving. It's giving. Hey, it's giving. I had to slow this down because I wanted y'all to see this, okay? It's giving what it's supposed to have gave. So I am just going to go ahead and add the caramel on top. And as you see,